Welcome back. So today we're making this cute ornament. It's made with some wood, basswood, and acrylic. We're going to be using the M1 from XTool. And remember that this M1 laser can only cut certain color acrylic. It's a diode laser, so it does not cut all colors. If you want a laser that cuts all colors, XTool has the P2. So let's get straight into this project and get ready for Christmas. Alrighty, so before I do any designing, I have my M1 plugged in and I'm going to lay the triangle prisms in here. And that is used like to elevate your material from not being flat on the floor of the actual machine. Also, if you have a honeycomb tray, they do the same thing basically, but I can't tell you the exact difference between the two. But just know I needed my materials a little bit elevated, so I use these because I don't have the honeycomb tray. Then I'm going to use my wood. It's basswood, and it came with the machine as well. Now I'm just sizing it where it's just even on the bottom to kind of hold it out. Why? Because it'll be more sturdy. That's the main reason. So let's hop on over. Tools design software. And right here I already have it set up for the ornament we're going to make. So let's jump right on into it. So you're going to go first to the left side. And also, if you don't have this design software, go to the XTool website and you can just download it. So we're going to click on shapes on the left here. And here we have the basic shapes. The circle isn't here, so you're just going to hit the arrow to see more and select the circle. I'm clicking like I'm going crazy looking for my circle and it's there. I gotta pay attention. So now look at how much circles I put here. All right, so we're gonna just get rid of all of those. Then we have this one. We're going to change this circle. I should have kept one, guys. This one, we're gonna change the width up here to 3 inches. Now it's locked, so it's going to be 3 inches width and height, right? Then we're going to get a second circle. This is why I said I should have kept that first one. Click on it once, and it's right here. I gotta pay attention. So now this is going to be like the little hole that you're going to put your ribbon through. So I'm gonna go over to the width at the top here, highlight it, delete, and I put 0.249 and enter. And it didn't even change. What's going on here today? 0. Y'all, I don't know. Don't ask me what's happening, but it doesn't want to change. So we're just going to bring it in till we get to that size we want. And it's just basically a tiny little hole, smaller than this. As y'all can see, you know, everything don't want to act right when you want it to. So now we're going to bring this and just center it right there. See that? Now, click back on that. See when it pops up here for your choices, you want to click on cut. The large circle, we're going to make sure it's on cut as well. Then we're going to highlight both, right click, and just group that together so it doesn't move. Now we want to put our name and then our engraved words. You can choose which one you what you want to put. It doesn't have to be first Christmas. So right over here on the left side, you're going to click on text. Now the text comes up here. You're going to type in what you want. So we're going to go to first, enter. So it's on the second line. Christmas, enter 2023. Right? So this is what we have here. Now, right under it is the size, but you can just drag from the end here to change the size. Right here where it says typeface, this is the font. Now, you can choose whichever font you want. This is the one that I chose, Atma. And they have a few here. I won't say a few. They have a lot. So go through which one you want. We're going to stick with this one for now. Then also, I'm clicking off. To make this come back up, you just select your text, right? Now spacing here, this is for your letter spacing. We're fine with the way spacing. Right here where it says leading, that's your line spacing. So let's say you want to put -5. You see that come together? You want it a little closer. Let's try -10. Too close. And 8. See that? Now it's closer and a little better. And also, if you don't want it center, you can align it where you want to align, right? So we're going to make this little tiny baby here. And then choose where you want it on here. Now with your size, we're going to come back to size it. Let's first put in the name that we want so that we can lay them together. Then you'll know exactly what size you want it. So we're going to go back. Oh, wait, before we move, I just want you to select engrave here. Go back to text on the left. Do the same thing. We're going to type in the name. Find a font that we like. I just chose the first one available. Let me go back. But you can just scroll through and see if there's another font you prefer. I would say the thinner the font when you're cutting with acrylic is going to be a little bit harder. So if you can, try to find something a little thicker. And also you can choose the option right here, style, to change it to bold. So that made it a little thicker. I should have did that too, right? Now you see how these letters are kind of entering each other and overlapping. Right here we have the option to weld, and it puts it all together. See that? So now we can lay it on top and size it how we want it. Now if you want this a little bigger, you know, you choose. Now for this, because we're cutting the name Tyler in another material, you're going to choose cut for now, but we're going to ignore because we're going to cut this first. So now we know where it is. Just highlight all of it. I'm going to right click. And again, where's my group? Is it already grouped? Hold on, let me get all of it in there. What is it? Child, I tell you, when I'm ready to record is when everything want to act crazy. There. All right, let me do that again because it came up and I don't know what I'm paying attention to. Right click, group. There we go. Now, because we hit ignore, it won't cut. This now is on output. That means this is going to cut first. So we're going to cut that first. And then we're going to move on to the acrylic piece and then glue it on. So click outside of your design, and then this comes up. Now we're on the flat laser. Right here, we're going to choose the Bass plywood. Now right here, when you hover over it, and Betsy taught me all of this stuff here, the auto measure, you just click on it, and it kind of measures the thickness itself. I believe that's what it's doing. See, and it adjusted. And right here where it says height raised, triangular prisms, those are the little triangular metal pieces that we're going to put the plywood on top of it. So you're going to select that. And then, of course, make sure it's where you want to cut on your piece of material. You're going to click on process. It's going to load and then just basically show us what it's going to be working on. You're going to click on start right here, and then you're going to go over to the machine, put your materials and things, and you see I already had mine in. And then start. Then we're going to press the button and then get working. All right, it's now time for the machine to do its thing. Not till after I recorded did I notice me peeking my head over. Y'all was going to see it in the video, but it's okay. Now, look how smooth and nice this cut. Isn't it just gorgeous? Now, let's skip over to our next set of material. I'm using some red 1/8 inch thick acrylic that I bought from a local acrylic shop. Just going to place it on there. Then we're going to head back into the design software to get everything together. Right here, you're going to click on refresh now that we're here. And what it's going to do is refresh the camera, and then you're going to see what you just cut, and you can readjust where you want those items, right? So what we're going to do here now, we're going to ignore this one. And then your red piece, you're going to lay your red acrylic in there. I'm going to show you me doing the same to mine. Then once you click out of your design, you're going to go here and change your setting because we're not using the Basswood anymore. Right here, that 3mm blood red acrylic, that's what we're going to select. The triangular prisms again, I'm going to hit this auto measure again, and it will change because our material changed. Once that is done, you're going to click on process. Oh, guys, don't forget to take it off of ignore. There we go, output, then process. So because I still had it on ignore, it told us that there was nothing selected for it to cut. And see, so Tyler is ready. You're going to hit start. Then you're going to head over to the machine and cut this piece, and we'll just put it together. Okay, so now it's cutting, doing its thing. Of course, I sped it up. Again, y'all see me peeking through the top. So one thing I want to remind you is that this material is not the material, but like the font and the cut, it's really thin, so it's really fragile. So you want to be extra, extra careful while you're working with the name cutout. So now you're going to peel the protective tape that's on it. You could just take that off. I used a weeding tool to actually peel it off. And it's really easy. Just make sure, like I said, handle with care, like it's a newborn baby. Then I got a bowl of water with some Dawn dishwashing detergent just to clean it off. I just use a toothbrush to scrub it off because when you're cutting with a laser, those little like burn char marks kind of show up on the material. So you want to get that all off. And it's now assembly time. We're at the end, y'all. So I used this Gorilla Super Glue mainly because that's what I had available in the craft room already. So now the first thing is before you glue anything, lay your pieces down exactly where you want them to go. Play around with it, take your time with it, because once you glue it on, that's it. It's permanent. So lay it down where you need it to go first before you add any glue. So you take one piece at a time. This cut is in 2 pieces, so it'll be fairly easy. Now, I'm struggling because this glue has like a spout at the top, like a hole to pour, and then it also has the brush piece. So that second piece was kind of tight. The glue is a little thick, so try to get a thin amount as you can and paint it on there. Try your best not to get the glue to like fall over the sides or seep through the sides. And don't be like me and get any glue on your hands, okay? Okay. Now, because I was getting glue on my hands, I went back and got a tweezer to work with. Laid it down exactly where I needed it to go. Held it for like a few seconds just to make sure, it stays put. Then now it's time for the second layer. Nice, slow, take your time. Of course, this video's sped up, so I don't look like I'm going slow, but just take your time because remember, once you put it down, it's permanent. You don't want globs of glue coming out of it. And look at how cute that is. I love it. You could use any color, but if you're using the M1, remember, it doesn't cut all color acrylic.